Hey everybody, welcome. This is Canyon Lake Broadcasting presents the Sports Scoop here for Canyon Lake High School. Hello everybody. Got a lot to talk about. I got about 30 minutes to do it. I hope everybody's logging on. We see some people there logging on. We'll wait a little bit for them, but we're going to cover in tonight's podcast. We're going to cover the offensive line for Canyon Lake, first three games. We're going to cover a little bit of COVID. We're going to talk a little bit just about the upcoming schedule for Canyon Lake High School football and the Friday night lights matchup of the Jourdanton Indians. And they are a powerhouse to be reckoned with. They've got a good passing duo set up over there in Jourdanton. So we'll wait for a couple of people to get on here. We're going to give away some Meemaw's Tacos tonight. So get your phone ready as it is, and we'll give away some Meemaw's Tacos Deluxe, right? But it's good to be here. I'm good to be doing another podcast. We'll save these podcasts on YouTube. You can come back and watch it at any time you want. And a lot of people end up doing that during the week. But there's a lot going on, again, like we say every week, because there really is with COVID-19. We'll touch base on that right now. COVID-19 is out there. It is real. And if you don't believe me, go ask the teams that we're going to play up in Lampasas called China Springs and Lampasas, right? And the game has been canceled. China Springs, I think, had an outbreak. Lampasas is looking for a game. So you football players, you athletes out there, you volleyball players, your cheerleaders, Canyon Lake cheerleaders have been quarantined. And take note of what you do in your off time, right? It is real, and it will table every game you thought you could play your senior year. So COVID-19 is out there. Wear your mask. Be smart when you're off the field, when you're on the weekends with your buddies, when you're out hobnobbing around. Wear your mask. Don't congregate. Don't go to slumber parties. Don't do anything. If you want to play sports, then that is your MO for this year. You don't get to socialize on the weekends as much as you probably wanted to. Some of the cases do occur in high school. 6 feet apart, have your mask on. If you're around somebody, they're going to shut you down. So it behooves everybody to watch everybody else's back here during these times. Football goes down, cheer goes down, band goes down. There is no football for the community, right? And so the whole team could go down, as could volleyball just as well. So you athletes out there, parents and teachers, you need to make sure that y'all are following safe social distancing and safe practicing 6 feet rules and recommendations from the UIL and the state, and try to avoid your contact with people out there, because COVID is real. It will shut you down. You may not die of COVID, although there are a lot of cases right? It's a dangerous flu. But just getting labeled COVID-19, you'll be shut down. And there is no recourse of action. It is what it is today, folks, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is just a meat pie. You've got to take a bite out of it. And it's not pleasant. Nobody likes wearing masks. Nobody likes to do these things. But right now, it is what it is. So be safe over the weekends. Don't congregate around, and be safe as possible to continue playing your sports. Well, let's jump into football real quick. Football is on the menu this Friday night at Jourdanton. The Indians come and welcome the Canyon Lake Hawks. They are the 3A Division I powerhouse. Just because they are 3A, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages across the Frito Plain around the globe, they are our toughest non-district game. That's right, you heard it. 3A is going to be our toughest game in non-district. Coach Andrus is down there, and he's got things going on with Jourdanton. They went far in the playoffs last year. They're always in the playoffs, and they go pretty deep. Andrus, their quarterback, number 7, is a coach's son, in the aspect that, yes, he is a coach's son, but in the aspect, coach has taught the son to play very well. They are 70% pass rate, 30% run, and our secondary is going to get worn out. So they've got a lot of great receivers in Jourdanton down there, the Fighting Indians, and it's a nice setup down there. The digs are new, man. New field, new press box stadium. They earned that because they go in the playoffs all the time. So a lot of you out there, if you think it's going to be a 3A game, you got this 3A stuck in your head for some reason, I want you to remember Blanco beat us quite often as an underling school to us. Okay? Jourdanton will be a tough game. They pass. 70%. They've got over 1,340 yards passing in 3 games, about 400 something rushing. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. and they all have it going on. Well coached, their defense. They played Cal Allen. They're ranked number 7th in state. They lost like 453 to 40, 53 to 35. They gave them a run. They beat the pants off Pleasanton, and they beat Natalia in the first game. So they're 2-1 as well. This is their home game, and it's a non-district game. Now, Coach Andrus and Coach Moses, I come to find out, if you watch the Coach's Corner, they sat on a coach's board in the Gulf Coast area way back when the Coach Moses was down there at Beeville. And so they know each other very well, great respect, good friends. And the offensive coordinator, Conway, down at Jourdanton, is the offensive coordinator. So we're going to have two completely different style offenses. Spread offense pass, pound and ground slot T offense. It's going to be a tale of two different types of offensive theologies there. So the best way to hold back Jourdanton from passing a lot is keeping the offense on the field. And that means silly mistakes by the offense has to be eliminated. Long drives, like in the 2017 Bernie game, and like the 2017 Taylor Duck game as well. So we've got to put together some long drives and keep their offense off the field. Defensive end is going to have a busy night on Friday night, and depends on who they put on the other side of Colton Ramey. You may see Herber. You may see a different assortment of what works. And we hope that the linebacking crew, they'll be very busy. And anytime they go in a naked shotgun with nobody in the backfield, that's usually a quick pass to the slot receiver. If you've been watching your film like I have, you'll see a lot of that. So does that mean that they're going to run all the time? No. Quarterback can keep it and run it. It's got some wheels. It knows how to get out of bounds. It knows how to get out of trouble. He'll throw the ball away just to have that extra down. He's been coached very well by his father, Coach Andrus, and he is a heck of a coach. So Indians are going to be a tough battle down there. It's kickoff time at 7:30. Canyon Lake Broadcasting is going to be bringing you the game. And we're going to have it at 7 o'clock. That's when the show will go on. It'll be L.J. Anderson, Darren, myself, Corey, Don Holmes coming in with some stats, and T.J. Bain be working the camera. Canyon Lake Broadcasting's got a new camera, thanks to a lot of sponsors, and we'll give them a shout out as well during that time. Some of the people have bucked up a little bit and say we want a better angle, a little better look at our game. So being with the Booster Club, Canyon Lake Broadcasting reached out a few people, and we're gonna have a nice camera. We have a nice camera. It'll be at the game. That is going to be a good matchup. I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss this game. It's a 50-50 crapshoot when we go down there. It's a home game. They believe in football religiously, and they've got a good defense to prove it. Number 56, number 55, and I believe number 7, the outside linebacker, all go downhill. All go downhill, and they're a force to be reckoned with. And like I said, they played the number 7 Cal Allen pretty well until late fourth quarter, and Cal Allen finally just got the better of them. They've thrown about 4 or 5 interceptions and 12 TDs as well, but they get up and down the field real quick, just like Beeville last week. They can score very quickly. Beeville scored 2 touchdowns in about 53 seconds. The Indians are going to have the same opportunity. They're not going to be slacking when they get the ball. When they get the ball, they're going to score fast. They'll go to hurry up offensive well. So I know Coach Hooper out there's got some things probably dialed up on his end, as he always does, and then making the adjustments into halftime to come out and apply those adjustments. So look for Coach Hooper to do that, and look for Coach Moses to probably do nothing too spectacular. Round it out 3.5 yards 3 times, and make a go at it and keep their offense off the field. Sometimes that's the best defense. So look for that to happen. Well, the offensive line has helped the running backs rack up over 1,500 yards in 3 games, and that's incredible. They're averaging over 500 yards a game, so the ground and pound is there. On the coach's corner, Coach Moses had mentioned that he hadn't seen that many yards in 3 games from a line pretty much in his career. They're getting the job done. They're getting graded higher than they usually will have been graded, right? Because of basically how well they've adapted and got things moving this year. Last year, we didn't have that. We had so many penalties, so many offsides. There was no synchronization with that offense because they had different people coming, moving in and out. But this year, we seem to have some early sync, which is good because it reminds me of the 2017 team and the 2011 and 12 team. We went 8-2. So these things are good signs. Now, we all have to stay healthy, so that means staying healthy on and off the field. Canyon Lake has got the backs. Jesse Horner is the top running back. He'll be out due an injury, but we like to say congratulations for Jesse Horner to get the Vibe Media Player of the Week. He won that vote, and he is a player of the week through Vipe Media. Congratulations, Jesse Horner. The other person in the backfield that seems to have a couple more steps this year than last year, getting around the ends especially, and that's Ravali. Ravali has got an extra step on his speed this year. I think it was working out with Ridiculous Six and Eric Nelson, and things pay off, you know, now versus back then. You think, oh my gosh, it's summer, it's hot. But things have paid off for him, and he's got an extra step. Dredging it out, being the power back is number 2, Viatric. Also, as he plays the linebacker, middle linebacker, and he's more of a power back. He's taking the place of Bates and Elijah Johnson. Those guys, we'll talk about them here in just a minute. But he's going to be taking the slack up. You might see, since Jesse Horner's out, you might see Patrick Allman in the backfield. He's back. He came back to the Beeville game. He is healthy. Just had a cramp. He had to sit out the game. They sat him for some precaution. And so you'll see him back in the game probably this week playing some linebacker, giving Viatric some time to, rest and see maybe running the ball more often than not. Inside line, what can we say? Crisp, Garcia, Teutsch, Santiago, Harwell, Schultz, Ramey. Those guys are making it happen. They've helped the offense get 500 yards, like I said, in offense over the last 3 games, man. And I'll tell you what, a lot of times you don't see Freddie Santiago go in there and do their dirty work, but boy, they surely get in there. Somebody we mentioned on the coach's corner is Tyler Atenzio, getting the leverage coming in this year. You go back and watch my coach's corner, Teutsch and Chris talk about that. Tenzio's come in, and man, he's made a big difference, and might have had a little question mark on how good he would be. Well, for the first 3 games, he's done outstanding. I'll give him an A for being I'll give the whole offensive line an A, but Tenzio gets an A as well. It was kind of an unknown. The other person who's doing a bang-up job is Freddie Santiago. May not be the biggest guy, but he knows the angles. He knows how to get in and block a half a man. He understands the trajectory of the slot T offense and the blocking schemes, along with Daniel Garcia. These are some guys that are probably some unsung heroes. And I suggest you get to know some of these guys because they work their butts off. Literally. They don't even wear butt pads anymore. There's nothing there to protect. That's how much they work. So they even give them butt pads. They do. But seriously, those guys are making it happen. There's going to be a lot of moving around this Friday night on our defense. I understand Sean Pendleton got quarantined from sitting somebody who may have been exposed to COVID. Well, like I said in my opening, COVID's real. If you don't want COVID, I suggest you go out in the hallway with the book or something, right? And sit on the floor and do your workout there. So Sean Pendleton will be out. We'll be missing him. How the coaches come around and figure out who's going to do what, I don't know. It's not my job. My job is to give you the ins and outs of Canyon Lake High School here on the Sports Scoop or during the games or at the coach's corner. That's my job. And along with help with LJ Anderson, Don Holmes, and Darren Sturgeon. That's what we do. So there's going to be a lot of shift on there. The secondary, let's talk about the secondary going down to Jourdanton. They're going to get a workout. The Anderson boys have better had their A game on. So should the corners. And, when we talk about corner, talking about Paulie out there, trying to get on one corner, maybe Green on the other. They're going to be zip-zagging. They like to go deep, some deep posts. They do some quick slants as well out off the line. No running back in the backfield for protection. And then when you see that, like I said earlier, man, more often than not, he's going to throw a quick one. It's some routes that probably could be jumped if you have protection over the top or the backside, depending what the call is. Coach Hoop, Coach Means, Omanza, Coach Hodges, all those defensive guys, they know what's going on. Listen to those guys. They'll get the job done, and they have for years here. And so we've got the talent to stop these guys, and it's going to be, hopefully, I'm going to predict at least one interception on a turnover. And if we can take that one turnover and put some points on the board, that could be the key to this game. We'll talk about keys to the game during the pregame show. But yes, there's going to be a turnover to be needed to halt the juggernaut, which is the passing game. And they'll run the ball when they have to. They get everybody loosened up and get the defense back a little bit. But you'll see a lot of things good probably for our defense, some of the calls you may not have seen. They're going to put pressure on the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket. He doesn't make many mistakes. So beware of a strong passing game and then moving down the field pretty quick. So moving on, we gave some Meemaw's tacos away. So if you're out there now, if you call 210-246-3345, It's 210-246-3345 and text me. Don't call, text. You'll win the tacos from Mima's Tacos here on the podcast. Let me put my grandpa glasses on for just a minute and wait for that text. 210-246-3345. You got to do it while it's live. But we'll give those Mima's Tacos away to somebody, whoever's going to come in here and claim them. Moving along a little bit here, we got about 15 minutes. I want to talk briefly about the upcoming season a little bit. Let's talk about the future, because the next game we have will be against Blanco. After this, we'll have a bye, then to Blanco. So let's think about some things. Canyon Lake has some injury-riddled athletes out there who are not going to be able to make it. So we're going to have a tough time in Jourdanton playing the Indians, right? And then we've got that ever-important bye. Now, on the men, maybe Elijah Johnson, maybe Bates as well. We don't know. It'll give some time for those people to heal up. And if we can get those in the backfield, our linebackers can get back to linebacking. And hopefully we stay COVID safe during that time as well, during the bye week. We don't want people to come back and get into district play or being positive or quarantine. Blanco will be home this year, and I don't fear the Panthers like I have in the past year and early years of our school's inception. But we should be able to take care of business. We don't have the Comal County hangover, as they call it, playing the Blanco every year. We should be fresh after the bye. And then that moves us into Austin LBJ. They are a tremendous team. A couple of D1 commits. Hopefully we'll be healthy. That's about the time they'll be coming in playing their first game or second game. Maybe they're a little rusty. But here's somebody who just texted in. Let's see who's won the Mima's Tacos. Hang on a second. No, this is just one of my friends bothering me right now. We're not going to give him anything. He doesn't deserve it. He's on the furlough program. He's out of San Quentin. But anyway, that's going to be a good game at LBJ. Then we move right into the further district play. Let me tell you, Lampasas is on the schedule. You know they're out there hunting for us, and we'll go after Lampasas right after LBJ. The first game, you'll go to Taylor, then Fred, then Lampasas here, then burn it away. We've got a tough schedule. All those teams are really hitting their stride, especially Fredericksburg. Let's not overlook them, along with Lampasas. They're ranked 3 in the state, and we all know who the quarterback is for Lampasas. He's a left-handed gunslinger and an athlete, and he's the leading rusher, so he likes to take the ball and run right up the middle behind them big old boys, and he's going to do just that. He's going to get a lot of seams and cracks, and that's down the road a little bit. So we should have some injury-free players coming back for the district run, which is all important, as long as we stay healthy and our linemen are good. We live and die by the line, as Coach Moses has said, but we'll have a shot. Again, let's talk about Friday night. Friday night, 7 p.m. is going to be the airtime for Canyon Lake Broadcasting. Come on. We got a new camera, got some new toys to work out, and the Indians are going to bring it. They're going to have a packed house as much as they can, 50%, I understand, and it'll be a good night. The weather's supposed to be good too, so look out for Canyon Lake and the Indians. It's going to be a world of differences. Run and shoot, as they say, spread offense, 70 pass, 30 run. Canyon Lake, 80% run, and we have a new running tool and our tool belt, and that's Peyton McMullen. Peyton's been given the opportunity to stretch those legs a little bit and get downfield, and he has. He's had some very nice runs in the last 3 games, and so we're going to see if Coach lets him spread his arm a little bit as well as his legs again, and we'll have a different look at the offense if needed. It's been successful thus far thanks to the linemen, and those guys really, really making it happen for not only the team, but it fires up the community as well. Get a lot of talk, a lot of chatter about how well we're doing right now. Man, I got to tell you, man, I kind of got to hold my breath a little bit because my son played in 2019 and they were 7-0, and then we had some injuries and went 0 for, and we were out. And the injury bug is out there in my mind. I'm sure it's in every coach's mind. And the next year after that, I think we went 6-1, and we had injuries, and then we went 0 for. So the latter part of the year, we hadn't done too well in district last couple of years. We're looking to reverse that trend. That's why you got to stay healthy in the long season and fully understand that non-district play is non-district play. They don't give you state championship rings or district banners for playing games in non-district. It is the district that counts the most. So stay healthy, keep away, social distance, wear your mask, whatever it is, and stay healthy for that. Um, so tomorrow night we'll be giving away Meemaw's tacos. We got a lot of stuff to give away, and we're going to cut this podcast just a little short. So much going on in my life at this time, but getting ready for the game on Friday night. Well, I appreciate it, and we'll give those Meemaw's taco away. If you get this before we get off the air, just give me a buzz. We do have a winner, I see. We have a couple people texting in, and we'll announce that winner at the Friday night game. So I appreciate this. Corey Martelli, voice of the Hawks, King Lake Broadcasting, the King Lake High School Sports Scoop. We'll see you at Jordanton. Go Hawks, BTHO, the Indians. See you around.